Hello, welcome back. This side Chavi. Beta, today we will continue with chapter 2, Rights in the Indian Constitution. This is part 2 of this chapter. But before I will proceed with the content, I request you all to like, share and subscribe this channel. So beta, today we will learn about these topics. The first one is Bill of Rights. Bill of Rights are those rights which are mentioned and protected by the Constitution. Now we will discuss about Bill of Rights in the South African Constitution. Beta, you should know the South African Constitution was promulgated in December 1996 and the Constitution was signed into law by President Nelson Mandela. Beta, it was a time when South Africa still faced the threat of civil war after the dissolution of apartheid government. So, because of this, it forbids discrimination on the grounds of race, gender, language, culture, belief, conscience, and various other factors. And it was said that the South African Constitution says that its Bill of Rights is a cornerstone of democracy. Now we will learn some of the rights included in the Constitution of South Africa. It includes right to dignity, right to privacy, right to fair labor practices, right to healthy environment and right to protection of environment, right to adequate housing, basic and higher education, right to information, right to cultural, religious and linguistic minorities, and it also includes right to health care, food, water and social security. Beta, from all these rights, it is clear that the Bill of Rights in South African Constitution grants the most extensive range of rights to the citizen. Beta, now we will start with fundamental rights, and this is the first fundamental right which we will discuss, that is right to equality. Beta, our Constitution has granted right to equality. According to this, there will be no discrimination on the basis of caste, class, gender or religion, because everybody is considered to be equal in the eyes of law. You must have heard about rule of law, according to which no man is above law of the land, and that every person, whatever be his rank or status, is subject to the ordinary law. Even beta, there will be no discrimination on any basis, because our Constitution has also abolished untouchability and all titles which were provided to the persons earlier. So we can say that over here everybody is equal, everyone has equal access to places like shops, places of worship, entertainment, hotel, etc. Now we will learn about our second fundamental right, that is right to freedom. Beta, this right is also known as cluster of several rights because it includes various other rights into it. Over here we learn freedom means absence of constraints. In practical life, it means absence of interference in our affairs by other, be it other individual or the government. Beta, right to freedom includes other rights such as right to speech and expression. Assemble in a peaceful manner means people have a freedom to assemble in a peaceful manner, form associations and unions. Beta, apart from this, we have freedom to move freely throughout the country or reside in any part of the country. If in summer vacation I am interested to go to Himachal Pradesh, I don't have to take permission from the government because that is my right to freedom. Lastly, it also gives us right to choose any profession or to carry any occupation, any trade, any business. So these all are a part of right to freedom. But better remember that these freedoms are not absolute, means complete or total. Each of these is subject to restrictions imposed by the government. For example, right to freedom of speech and expression is subject to restrictions such as public order, peace and morality. Better, the foremost right among rights to freedom is the right to life and personal liberty. According to this, no citizen can be denied his or her life except by procedure laid down under the law. In this, no one can be arrested without being told the grounds for such an arrest. And even if arrested, the person has the right to defend himself by a lawyer of his choice. And it is mandatory for the police to take that person to the nearest magistrate within 24 hours. The magistrate, who is not a part of the police, will decide whether the arrest is justified or not. Even in this, the Supreme Court has ruled that this right also includes right to live with human dignity and free from any kind of exploitation. But beta, there is one exception to this life and liberty. Sometimes a person can be arrested simply out of an apprehension, or you can say doubt, that he or she is likely to engage in unlawful activity. If the government feels that a person can be threat to law and order or to the peace and security of the nation, it can detain or arrest that person. The preventive detention can be extended only for 3 months. After 3 months, such a case is brought before an advisory board for review. This is our third fundamental right, that is right to freedom of religion. Beta, as you know, India is a secular state. And secularism is based on the idea that the state is concerned only with relation among human beings and not with the relation between human beings and God. Over here, every person has a right to profess, right to practice, and right to propagate their religion. But freedom to practice religion does not mean that a person can do whatever he wants to do in the name of religion. So beta, if required, the government certain times interfere in religious matters for rooting out certain social evils. For example, you must have learnt about sati system, bigamy, human sacrifice. Such restrictions cannot be opposed in the name of interference in right to freedom of religion. And now we will learn about cultural and educational rights. In this, we will learn that language, culture, and religion of minorities need special protection. And due to this, the Constitution specifies the cultural and educational rights of the minorities. It includes any section of citizen with a distinct language or culture have a right to conserve it. Another one is admission to any educational institution maintained by government or receiving government aid cannot be denied to any citizen on the ground of religion or language. Lastly, beta, all minorities have the right to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice. Now it's our fifth right, that is right against exploitation. But as you know that in our country there are millions of people who are underprivileged and deprived, and they may be subjected to exploitation by their fellow human being. The Constitution mentions specific evil and declared them as illegal. It includes child labor, that no one can employ a child below the age of 14 to work. Forced labor. Forced labor is a practice where the worker is forced to render service to the master free of charge. And human trafficking. Trafficking here means selling and buying of human beings, usually women, for immoral purposes. Because of this right, it is now declared a crime and it is a punishable offense. Now beta, we will learn about the sixth and a very important right, that is right to constitutional remedies. Beta, this right makes other rights effective, other 5 rights. Because it is possible sometimes that our rights may be violated by fellow citizens, private bodies, or by the government. When any of our rights are violated, we can seek remedy through courts. If it is a fundamental right, we can directly approach the Supreme Court or the High Court of a state. That is why Dr. B.R. Ambedkar called the right to constitutional remedies as the heart and soul of our constitution. Beta, I hope you have understood the entire topic, all the fundamental rights, Bill of Rights, and the Bill of Rights of the South African Constitution. This is your home task. Please do it in your register. Have a nice day, everyone.